All right, welcome back. Now, on this live stream, we're going to talk about a few things, several things. First of all, I just found out that I've been taking medication that sort of inflames my sinuses. Some of you may have noticed, like, on the weekends, I get sinus issues. Sometimes throughout the week, but it's usually on the weekend. Well, I just found out that, it's this stuff that I've been taking. Now, when my sinuses act up, I cannot go live. I just can't. It's too much. It's too much. I can't breathe. I'm constantly coughing, and it's just horrible. But now that I got it under control, things should get better. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I'm off work tomorrow. Hopefully you are too. But I'm going to take advantage of tomorrow as well. So today will be like my my Saturday. And I want to get into this video that surfaced 2-3 days ago. You probably see Caesar down here in this little box. He reacted to the Shawn Lowe situation. You can see he uploaded this on his channel. And in doing so, he exposed Shawn Lowe even more than Shawn Lowe was already exposed. I don't know if this Shawn Lowe guy thinks that this is good publicity or not, but it's bad publicity. It's all bad publicity. Now, let's get into it. Again, this is Caesar reacting to the attack, Shawn Lowe's attack by his own dog.
Former Bachelor Shawn Lowe is now detailing the absolutely terrifying moments that he was attacked by his own dog.
Part of the incident was caught on police body camera video.
He's going to try to get me if he gets up.
Well, you can see in that video Lowe trying to control his 7-year-old boxer named Moose outside this Dallas home back on March 14th. He says it all started when the smoke alarm went off and it triggered Moose.
Yeah, the dog nipped his finger and bit through his shoes, sending him to the hospital for stitches. And then hours later, the dog attacked again after breaking free from the backyard.
I just know, like, I'm fighting for my life here. Like, I feel like if this dog gets up, he is going to kill me.
Oh, it's so scary. Lowe says he doesn't want to put the dog down, and he is working to figure out a solution.
Whoa.
See, that's a dog that is in a follower state to begin.
Let's get past that.
It's on social media in case he needed to have a closure or ask questions and why this happened. A lot of times people want to know why it happens and just to have a closure.
So he says he wants to give closure. He wants to give closure to Shawn Lowe's situation. Now, the truth is that Caesar, as well as these other dog trainers, their job is to deflect and to deceive the general public. Their job is to hide the fact that these people have an addiction, an unhealthy, a dangerous addiction to dogs. That is Caesar's job. That is the job of all these trainers. To hide these people's addiction.
I saw this on social media in case he needed to have a closure or ask questions and why this happened. A lot of times people want to know why it happens and just to have a closure. It already happened, right? And it's a rescue dog. Not because it's a rescue is the reason why he's that way. I mean, one thing we have to learn is not every dog can be rescued, but just people with good heart and people with good some kind of knowledge. And this particular dog, without a doubt, had some kind of neurological problem, some kind of this is not a normal rage. This is not a normal aggression, and
It's not normal? Then why does this happen on a normal basis? You can't say that this is not normal when it happens on a regular basis. Now you're saying this dog had a neurological problem. What's the excuse for the other ones? This is just one dog out of many. What's the excuse? What, they all got neurological problems? Is that what it is, Caesar? They all got the same neurological problem? Is that what you're saying? Not buying that either. It's just an excuse. That's what they do. Throw out these pathetic excuses. Anything to defend the dogs.
Aggression, and in a way, the dog targeted.
Okay. Now, anybody want to fact check me on that? Just search yourself. Search this phrase, attacked by his own dog. Then search attacked by her own dog. You'll get thousands of reports.
Shawn and not anybody else, which is a big blessing as a father, as a male of the house. I'd rather have an animal coming after me than anybody in my family, obviously.
You hear what he just said? Now, he just exposed this guy, Shawn Lowe. That's why I said this video that Caesar, this reaction video from Caesar, it made things worse for Shawn Lowe. Listen to what he said.
Targeted Shawn and not anybody else. Which
He said the dog targeted Shawn.
Aggression, and in a way, the dog targeted Shawn and not anybody else, which is a big blessing as a father, as a male of the house. I'd rather have an animal coming after me than anybody in my family, obviously. I don't wish it for anybody else, but I've seen dogs, with a neurological problem, and they just go from house to house to house to house. And this dog was already, up there with the age, and he's still, being placed in different homes or in a new home. And we just have to make sure the rescue organizations and people who understand.
That's a pathetic cover story, Caesar. Pathetic lie. You gonna rely on neurological problems? Again, this happens all the time. People are always getting attacked by their own dog. It's not neurological problems. This is a dog issue. This is just how they are. This is just what they do. Talk to me about no neurological problem. They're all neurologically dysfunctional because they're mutants. So you don't get to rely on that excuse. See, because they could take these dogs to the lab and find out that they are neurologically dysfunctional. Yeah, but no big deal because they are that way. Get out of here.
Rehabilitation, get to work more often together. So we really help to tell people, hey, this dog have to go with a very specific family, can be around certain things because the dog already have whatever, right? Most of the dog, I would say 99% of the dogs are going to be perfect, but it's going to be that dog.
He said 99% of the dogs are going to be perfect. No, they won't. That's just a flat out lie. I don't know what you're talking about now. By the time people reach the age of 13, 50% of that population have been bitten by a dog. Don't give me that, dude. Get out of here. Most of these dogs, almost all of them, are dysfunctional. Dysfunctional. Talk to me about perfect. And the rest, 99% of them dysfunctional. And the ones, they're 100% of them dysfunctional. What am I talking about? These are all deranged, doofus, inbred mutants. Something that shouldn't exist. They're all dysfunctional.
Requires extra knowledge. I mean, what a great heart. He doesn't want to...
Now, all Caesar's saying here is that this dog should be placed with a special owner, which is nonsense.
Send the dog anywhere else. This dog is already in two places, right? Isolation for the rest of his life and euthanization. And those are the two most common things. Of course, medication, but at the same time, it's the same thing as isolation. They have to be medicated and isolated, and it can only be around certain people because, you know, they haven't find the trigger, what triggered this dog to become this is aggression. This is aggression. This is fixation. This is life and death. And so this is one of those cases that it requires somebody with a lot of knowledge. We have dogs here at the ranch that they're ready to be placed, but it has to be placed with a certain type of people. So we'd rather wait years until the right human comes, right? Because the dogs that I work with are dogs with a history of aggression. And they're fine now, like Ricky and Tricky. They're fine. But I do need somebody not just with a good heart, not with a good job, you know, and a beautiful family and all of that stuff. I need somebody that can actually lead and keep these dogs safe and peace and love and trust.
Now, he's talking about the aggressive dog that he has on his ranch. And he's saying they can't go with anybody. We can't place them with just anybody. We need somebody who can lead. Basically, he's saying some of the dogs that he has are so aggressive that he can only place them with an aggressive owner. That's basically what he's saying. Some of these dogs can only be placed with an owner who's willing to be aggressive with them. That's exactly what he's saying. Caesar himself chops them, karate chops them, and pokes them. He uses aggression. And he's saying that this dog needs to be dealt with the same way. You already know that's what he's talking about. If he himself were to interact with this dog, Shawn Lowe's dog, that's all he'd do. Intimidate it, chop it in the neck a few times, and that's it.
Otherwise, they stay here at the ranch helping me rehabilitate other dogs.
And he said they're fine. He said the dogs are fine. No, they're not fine. What you talking about? You don't know when or who they will attack, so none of them are fine. You're not qualified to say that. Sick of these so-called experts stepping outside of your boundaries. You don't understand how these things' brains operate. You don't know what they're going to do, so shut up. Just like you yourself were bitten, Caesar. You didn't see that coming. That's why you got bit.
But I think because this dog comes from a rescue organization, is the rescuers, I would like to talk to you. And first of all, what a beautiful heart you have, first of all. I know rescuers firsthand, and I've been working with rescuers my whole life. But we need to rescue, we need to rehab.
Rescuers have beautiful hearts. No, they don't. These are evil, sinister people doing a disservice to society. These dog rescuers. What are you talking about? They're the ones responsible for this crazy increase in dog attacks. These are horrible, horrible people, Caesar. Along with yourself, you're a horrible, despicable person. Blood on your hands. You've been working for years to get the results that you have now. An increase, a huge increase where dog attacks pretty much have quadrupled, and They have multiplied on top of themselves who knows how many times at this point. All because congratulations, Caesar.
Well, what a beautiful heart you have, first of all. I know rescuers firsthand, and I've been working with rescuers my whole life. But we need to rescue, we need to rehab, and then we need to rehome. So we have to do
No. He's saying rescue, rehabilitate this dog, and rehome it. No, you sicko. You sick weirdo. You euthanize it. And you euthanize all the rest of them. The people with good hearts are the ones that euthanize these things. That's the only way to prove that you got a good heart. People with good hearts will say, no, don't you dare put that dog into another home, ever. Take it straight to the euthanasia chamber and put it to sleep. Those are the only types of people with a good heart, the ones going to put these worthless butts to sleep.
Firsthand, and I've been working with rescuers my whole life. But we need to rescue, we need to rehab, and then we need to rehome. So we have to do the one in the middle a little bit better than what we're doing right now. But again, rescuers.
Yeah. Rehabilitate these dogs. Do a better job of rehabilitating these dogs. See, remember, he's talking to the shelter people. Got this dog from a shelter. Telling them, oh, you got to do a better job at rehabilitating these dogs. Get out of here, dude. You know full well they're not doing nothing. Yeah, give the dog a bowl of food. Try to move it with a plastic hand. If it doesn't attack, they'll just rehome it. If they even do that.
Now, but again, rescuers, you're keeping all these animals alive and with
you're keeping the death toll high. You're keeping the mutilations high. You're keeping infants in the hospital in the emergency room. You're keeping toddlers in the hospitals, in the emergency rooms, mutilated, disfigured. That's what you're doing, rescuers. That's what you're doing, you filthy dirt bags.
Hope and a second chance.
Nobody care about giving these killers a second chance. Euthanize them. Now, that is not what I wanted to show y'all. That's not even what I wanted to talk about. It's not why I showed you this video. What I wanted to show you, what I wanted to highlight in this video was what Caesar said early in the video. Okay? Listen to this again.
Already happened, right? And learn is not every dog can be rescued, but just people with good heart and people with good. And why this happened, a lot of, and not every one thing we have to learn.
Wait.
This is not a normal aggression, and in a way, the dog targeted Shawn and not anybody else, which is a big blessing. As a father, as a male of the house, I'd rather have an animal coming after me than anybody in my family, obviously.
That statement right there really exposed Shawn Lowe. Why'd you even say that, Caesar? That really exposed Shawn Lowe. Let you hear it again.
It's a big blessing as a father, as a male of the house. In a way, the dog targeted Shawn and not anybody else, which is a big blessing as a father, as a male of the house. I'd rather have an animal coming after me than anybody in my family, obviously. I don't wish it for anybody else, but
Now, if Shawn Lowe were a normal human being, which he is not, he's not a normal human being. Shawn Lowe is a degenerate. But if he were a normal human being, that is all that he would have thought about this entire time. The only thing that would have gone through his head is, that could have been my child. That stupid dog snapped and launched a nonstop attack on me. The only thing that I, as a father, would have been thinking about is, wow, that could have been my kid. And it would have terrified me. Any normal father, this is what they would have been thinking. Like, man, what a close call. If that thing would have launched that same attack on one of my kids, I wouldn't have been able to save them. But instead, what did Shawn Lowe say? For those who don't know, they recently did another update on this guy. This surfaced 4 days ago. Okay, now let's hear what he had to say. Let's hear what's been going on in his head.
A lot of you have asked how I'm doing. I'm doing great. I'm healing.
Shawn Lowe is sharing a health update after being attacked by his family dog. 1 month after the Bachelor alum's dog Moose, a boxer he had adopted only 3 months prior, violently attacked him, landing him in the hospital twice over the course of 12 hours, the 41-year-old is sharing an update on his recovery. Shawn says this in a video he posts to his Instagram stories on April 15th.
I haven't been on Instagram since the whole dog thing, but I wanted to pop on here and tell everyone thank you so much. I mean, we got thousands and thousands of messages, just people wishing me well.
Shawn, who shares kids Samuel, Isaiah...
Listen to this guy. He just wants to say, hey, thanks for all the messages. Thanks for all the attention. Sitting there with your son. I mean, hasn't it dawned on you how dangerous it is to own one of these things? You was fighting for your life, as you put it. Well, what if it was your wife fighting for her life? It could have been. Could have been your wife. But this is the same guy who on his Instagram said what I wrote on that thumbnail. He said his kids will never be as important as his dogs. He said it. I mean, talk about karma. So why should we care about how you doing, dude? I don't care how you're doing. That's your special dog that you love so much, that you so obsessed over. If it attacks you, that's on you. Nobody gonna feel sorry for you. That's what you get. You all obsessed and crazy, head over heels in love with it. If it bites your stupid face off, that's what you get. Who cares?
People wishing me well.
Shawn, who shares kids Samuel, Isaiah, and Mia with wife Catherine, continues, adding this.
And I'm doing great. A lot of you have asked how I'm doing. I'm doing great. I'm healing. My scars aren't as bad as I thought they would be. Isaiah likes to kiss this one here. The doctor told me that one is...
You imbecile. You almost got sent to the upper room. And you're not even going to reflect on that. You're not going to mention or point out how important it is to not have these things in the home. This thing almost unalived you. Almost left your family fatherless. What would they have done? There's a whole lot of lessons you could have learned. But what do you have to say? Oh, thanks for the messages. Here, look at my scar. You idiot. Sound like a kid yourself.
That's about as good as it's going to get. It's kind of red. It won't be red forever, but I'll have a cool scar there forever. But anyway, thank you, everybody.
I have a cool scar there. Slap yourself. Slap yourself.
Buddy.
The first attack occurred on March 13th while Shawn and a few friends were barbecuing.
Look at him. See how brainless he is? You can see how brainless he is just looking at him. You can tell he's like a zombie, a zoinked out zombie with no brain. It's like he's been brainwashed. This is what dog culture does. All them dog worms and parasites get into your brain. You end up just like this dude right here. Looking all crazy, all bug-eyed, talking crazy. You don't have any humanity in things you're saying. You don't care about yourself or your family. You're just a zoinked out, dog-obsessed nutter. Don't be like this, young people.
And a few friends were barbecuing in the backyard. After hearing that the smoke alarm inside the house started going off, the reality star went inside to get rid of the smoke. But that's when things took a turn.
And I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I honestly just felt like I am fighting for my life here against a dog. No, not just a dog. My dog, right? Like he's my dog. We've only had him for...
What a selfish, attention-starved narcissist. This whole scenario really has nothing to do with you, dude. This is about your family. This should be a story all about your family, not you. But he's so obsessed with the attention. This should have terrified you as the father, the man. And you wouldn't be able to help yourself. You would be telling other fathers and other parents, you better get these things out of your house. You better opt for a different pet. You be giving them some type of suggestion to help them avoid this.
A little under 3 months, but like he's my dog.
After receiving stitches, the father of 3 returned home to arrange for his and Catherine's kids to stay at his parents' house as he figured out how to move forward, only to be attacked for a second time.
He made a beeline right at me, and
which tells you the dog did not black out. Nothing got into it, and it tells you that was not a neurological problem. It's just bloodthirsty. That's pure bloodthirst. They had plenty of time to think about what they had done. Give me that. They keep saying that they don't like to hold dogs accountable for their own actions. Dogs commit violence. They want to blame something else. No, it's the dog.
Just lunged and started attacking me again. And again, we've got video because we've got cameras outside. And I'm just saying, no.
Shawn concluded his video at the time by saying he was working with animal control and a no...
And they keep showing this where his thing's lips is quivering. They're trying to say that it has neurological... That dog has no neurological problems in the sense that it's no more dysfunctional than any other dog. It's the same as any other worthless mutt. And it needs to be euthanized, just like all the rest of them. And it should have been euthanized. It never should have made it there. You big idiot. You go to a shelter, get a full-grown dog, and bring it around your family as if you've been knowing that dog its whole life. Can you get any more brainless than that? These dog worms and parasites must have ate every brain cell in your stupid skull, you imbecile. Do you know how dense and idiotic, brainless and slow you got to be to do this? You don't know nothing about this dog. Nothing at all. A fully grown bully breed. And you bringing it around your family. You need to be slapped. It's hard to believe that people out in this world this dumb. Are you crazy? This is nutter intelligence right here. And I'm telling you, this is a culture among dog lovers. They do stuff like this. Go get a dog from somewhere that they don't know nothing about the dog. Go bring it around their babies, their family, a bunch of idiots. Y'all are in a state of emergency. The only thing is, nobody's telling you. They're not talking to you the way I am. Y'all out here behaving like this, doing stuff like this. You all are in a state of emergency. Y'all live one of the most reckless lifestyles in America. Tell me I'm lying. I'm talking about dog lovers. It's hard to top this level of recklessness. I mean, this is pure insanity. Y'all, this is past being reckless. This is insane. So when people talk about mental health issues here in America, this is a perfect example. Dog culture.
the time by saying he was working with animal control and a no-kill shelter to figure out the best option for Moose since the dog can no longer be kept at their home.
So I'm talking to...
And that photo right there really is upsetting because they forced him to do that, to kneel in front of that nasty, stupid mutt. You clearly see how uncomfortable the boy is with this strange dog that he just picked up out of a shelter, you idiot. And you no doubt forced him to pose for that stupid photo, you dog-obsessed weirdo. You need to be alone with that dog. You shouldn't be allowed to subject other people to your weirdo, obsessed behavior.
So I'm talking to our local animal control, and they connected me with a great officer who happened to have a boxer, so he was very sympathetic, and we were just talking through the different things. I called our...
Man, shut up. So pathetic. That is not a man. You are a little boy. Tell me I'm lying. This is a little boy you listening to. Through and through, this is not a man. And you ain't got no business being the man of an actual home and a family. Slap yourself. It's time to stop being delusional about dogs. Stop with the lies. Stop with the deception. Now, I watched this earlier, and it was a lie. You see the title? Top 10 most friendly animals with humans. In the world. Look at that. Can y'all see that? Number 2, cat. Number 1, dog. That wasn't no coincidence. That was by design. They put dogs at number 1. Dogs shouldn't even be on that list. Dogs are not one of the friendliest animals towards humans. They are the most aggressive by far. That's the truth. You see how delusional this world of delusion they like to live in? That's not healthy. It can't be good for you. And they said top 10. Dogs, number 1? Stop lying to yourselves. Y'all know this is a lie. These other animals are friendly. Dogs are the most hostile. You can rely on dogs to bark, to lunge, to try to attack. Or put it like this. If you had to put money on which one of those animals would attack you, which animal would you put your money on? Now, how many of you saw this? This surfaced a few days ago. I have to deal with this. Pitbull attack of mom and daughter caught on camera. I got to deal with this. This surfaced a few days ago, right? What was it, 2-3 days ago? I guess they caught it on a Ring camera, on the Ring doorbell. Y'all remember how I used to talk about when there's a dog attack or when a dog spazzes out and starts launching attacks, people start to panic. and they start to do a lot of crazy things when a dog is tweaking out. Well, it happened here. I want y'all to look at this. I mean, first of all, this lady is on the ground, and I don't know why she don't try to stand up. But check this out.
St. Louis County mom and her daughter are recovering after being attacked by dogs right outside of their home, and it was all caught on camera. Now, this happened last week in unincorporated North County.
Yes, and the attack sent both the mother and her child to the hospital. She tells 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend she is counting her blessings this Good Friday. We do want to warn you, this video is disturbing.
For Markeisha Eberhardt and her 4-year-old daughter, Marissa, it was the scare of their lives.
It's very traumatic, very terrifying.
Eberhardt says last Thursday afternoon she went outside to pick up her toppled trash can when her child suddenly screamed.
When she hollered dog, I bent down and picked her up. I was, trying to stand still, let them smell me, run away.
But that didn't happen. Her Ring doorbell camera caught on video 2 dogs attacking her and her little girl.
Everything happened so fast.
She says when she fell, a brown female pit bull and a white male kept biting her and her preschooler.
When we fell on the ground, I kept more so trying to tuck her under me.
A neighbor ran over and grabbed the white dog while his wife grabbed a scooter to try to scare off the other dog.
Why is she just sitting on the ground like that? She hasn't made one effort to stand up. Is it too much of a struggle to stand up? I mean, is she waiting on a bowl of popcorn? Here, this dog is launching an attack and she just sitting there. Okay.
She says when she fell, a brown female pit bull and a white male kept biting her and her preschooler.
Okay, now there's a preschooler up under her? What?
We fell on the ground. I kept more so trying to tuck her under me.
A neighbor ran over and grabbed the white dog while his wife grabbed a scooter to try to scare off the other dog.
She had my baby by.
And what are the... Look at how it's just pandemonium, chaos. They don't know what to do. The other adults over here just grabbing and running with kids. This one got a dog. What are they doing? It's just pandemonium.
The white dog while his wife...
And this is a dude right here. Just holding that dog. What are you doing, man? Everybody is worthless.
Ran over and grabbed the white dog while his wife grabbed a scooter to try to scare off the other dog.
She had my baby by the arms and she was swinging her around, and the dog just kept jumping up trying to bite her.
She and her daughter suffered bite marks before one of the dogs finally ran off. Her neighbor fatally shot the other animal.
I know I have 9 stitches in this foot, my leg, this leg.
Humane Society officials want to remind all dog owners to remember by law you are required to have your pet on a leash when it's out in public and keep it secured in your yard. This grateful mom...
Do you think if they would have had that dog on a leash, it would have made a difference? Get out of here. Now look at this lady right here. You see that lady right there? Did y'all see that? She took a swing at this dog. Look at how off the mark she was. I say she missed by about 4 feet. And then she swung again. Now the second swing, she was off by a good 8-9 feet. And you see how this guy, he lost control of that dog? You see that? These people are a bunch of idiots. You want to see how irresponsible these people are? Watch how they behave when their dog is out of control. They really demonstrate how little control they have over these things. This guy looked like he just randomly lost control. It looked like he threw the dog down. That other dog came up to him and it looked like he got scared and just let the other dog go. What an idiot. You still got people and kids everywhere. This idiot just lets it go because he's too scared. And that's a man. Everybody's just discombobulated and worthless. Running in circles, screaming. Don't know what to do. Counting to 10. Looking up at the sky. What is y'all doing? Look at it. Look at that. Look, what was that lady? This lady right here. What's she doing? What's she doing? Look, here she is. She runs. She runs here. She stops. She runs this way. She's getting attacked. Okay. Okay. And she still won't stand up. She's just sitting there.
Took her.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. This is why leashes are worthless. This is why there's no such thing as a responsible dog owner. Every time they have a chance to show whether or not they're a responsible dog owner, they always fail. They always end up doing stuff like this. Each and every one of them are doing something crazy. Something that shows they have no control over these creatures. None at all. Wow. It's too much. I have to see this swing and miss it one more time before we move on. Right there, okay, and right there, okay? All right, lady. I mean, if I were under attack and somebody came up and swung at the dog like that, I'd be disappointed. You know, this lady right here, you know, I wonder what she thought about that. She probably thought, oh, finally somebody's coming to actually try to help me. And then that person to come try to help you, they swing from 8 feet out. Oh, some help. Some help. See how scared even the adults are? How y'all supposed to protect somebody? These adult supervision. How y'all supposed to protect somebody when y'all scared out of your mind? It's hard to find things that frighten adults this much. It's actually a challenge. All right, lady. All right. Let's move on. Boy, oh boy. Dog culture bring out the worst in us. Really does. Brings out how foolish and you start to look dumb when these things get out of control because you shouldn't have them in society in the first place.
A Kansas City father and his son now face felony charges in a deadly dog attack from late last year.
The Jackson County prosecutor says the two knowingly failed to properly secure their dogs before their pets killed a man walking alongside his bike. Fox 4's Dave DeMarco went to the scene of that deadly attack. And Dave, you spent the day pouring through documents just released in the investigation. What did you find?
Bree, you mentioned the prosecutor there said that these men knowingly knew the danger that their dogs posed and were not properly secured, which would be important in this case. It seems really everyone in the neighborhood that was out there knew of those dangers too, but unfortunately they caught one man that was passing by off guard.
Tanel Wiggins says letter carriers take precautions delivering mail along 80th Street on Kansas City's south side.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Whenever they talk to these mail carriers, man, brace yourself.
Whenever we have issues with dogs, especially in this neighborhood, we try to stay in our vehicles, keep our bags on us at all times.
KC Pet Project back on scene today, checking the property surrounding a since burned down home where in November, Chris Culbertson, passing by on his bike, was attacked by numerous dogs. Another person was also bitten while trying to stop the attack. Culbertson died days later. According to the prosecutor's news release, the fence was improperly installed, allowing the dogs to enter and exit the yard. John Thibault, the first, and John Thibault, the second, are now charged with first-degree involuntary manslaughter and second-degree assault. Prosecutor released
Wait a minute.
dog died days later. According to the prosecutor's news release, the fence was improperly installed, allowing the dogs to enter and exit the yard.
Look at that. The dogs slipped through that. Yes, they did. Just like a rat. Just like a rodent. They contort their bodies just like large rodents. All the more reason they have no business in society. This is pretty crazy, actually. Most people would think you're safe, even with this crack. I said these fences are worthless. No such thing as a responsible dog owner.
John Thibault, the first, and John Thibault, the second, are now charged with first-degree involuntary manslaughter and second-degree assault. Prosecutor Melissa Johnson said in a release, owning animals comes with the responsibility of properly securing them. When owners neglect their duty to maintain adequate fencing or ignore warning signs of aggression, they put innocent lives at risk and could face serious criminal charges. Charging documents show Thibault II allegedly admitted in text that one of his dogs had bitten him while he tried to break up a fight between his dogs just months before.
Okay. My thing is, like with this lady, ma'am, you know there are dogs everywhere. I mean, everybody got a dog. Why aren't you armed? There's not a man in sight. Well, there is a man, but there's still no man in sight. He's not armed. The whole idea of being armed never crossed their mind. The only things that's armed is the dogs. Hello? Right? The dog is armed, but you're not. The dog has control over its brain, not you. Don't you think that's a problem? No. Nope, not with dog lovers. They think we're all supposed to just trust these dogs. These dogs walking around with lethal weapons and a deranged, dysfunctional brains, and we're supposed to just trust them. No. No, nutters.
The fatal attack, and numerous neighbors told detectives they kept things like metal poles and golf clubs nearby to ward off the dogs who they see roaming the neighborhood either daily or weekly. Culbertson's family says the 46-year-old suffered in the hospital with more than 300 bites and 500 stitches before dying of septic shock.
Yeah. He got tortured to death. I'm not carrying no pipe or no stick to defend myself against something like that. I don't know what y'all gonna carry, but I'm not carrying no pole or no baseball bat. That's the only thing they mentioned. Now listen to this.
Shock.
It's real sad, especially with dogs. They're so loving, but with all of them, you can't always tell what's gonna happen and where.
See what I mean? See what I mean? He had to be off code. That's why I say, if you're not a crusader, you off code. And when you speak, you're going to make errors. Don't say that. Why would you say that?
It's real sad, especially with dogs. They're so loving.
Oh, they're so loving? Yet when you see them, you stay inside your car and you hide like a little girl. You hide from them, but you want to lecture us on how loving they are, huh? Make that work. Especially with dogs, they're so loving. No, dude. See, he feels under pressure. Whenever people are on camera and they're asked about dogs, they automatically feel under pressure to not speak negatively about them. Now that's irrefutable. The general population here in the United States is brainwashed to not say negative things about dogs. Fact. And y'all better stop co-signing with that, because it make you sound dumb. You sounded dumb saying this. You lost cool points with this statement. Okay?
Real sad, especially with dogs. They're so loving, but with all of them, you can't always tell what's gonna happen and where their mind is at. So you just gotta play it safe.
No, it makes no sense at all. All your cool points just went out the window. They're so loving, but you can never tell where their mind is, huh? Their mind is supposed to be on love. What are you talking about? If they're so loving,
what's gonna happen and where can't always tell what's gonna happen and where
well, if they're so loving, you should be able to tell what's gonna happen. They're gonna just love.
Their mind is at. So
their mind should be on love, dude, because they're so loving. Come on, man. I want the world to catch up. How many of y'all saw this weird thing that they did recently where they have this app? They have this strange app where you can turn a dog into a human being. How many of y'all seen that? Here's one of them. This is the photo on the left. And this app, I guess it's a new app that they have, will turn the dogs into humans. And the app turned these two dogs into these people right here. How strange is that? They're trying to take the, anthropomorphism to the next level. How desperate is that to humanize dogs? Here's another one. What's the name of that app? It's like Chat TP or something like that. Chat something. Do a search, you'll find it'll pop right up. Here's another one. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would a dog lover want to do that? Y'all are supposed to be crazy about dogs. Why would you want to look at a dog and have desire to turn it into a person? Why would you have the desire to look at a human instead of looking at a dog? Y'all all over the place. But if you ask me, this is revealing. It tells you about their psychology. Here's another one. They desperately want dogs to have the same status as human beings. That is clear. But the thing is, they already do. And in fact, they have a status above us already. I mean, the worst type of crime is a homicide. Dogs are the only creatures that get a free homicide. They're the only creatures that could commit these homicides and have nothing happen to them. Are you kidding? So they're not even satisfied with that. Don't y'all think we humanize dogs enough? No. They want to take it a step further. They're really trying to drill it into our heads. Dogs are people. Dogs are people. Don't fall for that. Because the truth is, they value dogs more than people. That's the real truth. Yeah. That app needs to be shut down. Doesn't that seem kind of like sinister? Like something that psychologists would come up with to try to brainwash people. And creepy. Why don't you just look at a person? What's with this desperation to turn dogs into people? Just like on YouTube, they have those videos. They'll have it like an hour-long, 2-hour-long videos, and it'll be titled Music for Dogs. Dogs don't listen to music. But yet, they'll have it. And I actually think they do this every night. It'll be like, look at this, 12 hours long. Calming music for dogs. Huh? What? Dogs do not listen to music. They say that dogs' hearing is several times more sensitive than ours. Why would they want to listen to music? Wouldn't music be extremely loud to a dog's ears? It's the desperation to humanize these things. The dog mom, dog dad, the desperation to humanize them. Don't fall for it. We came at the right time, dog culture critics, and we ain't going nowhere. Now, look out for a possible guest tomorrow. If not, the lines will be open every weekend. Anybody want to hop in and talk some smack, feel free to. Won't be able to do it here. And I should feel a whole lot better now that I figured out what's giving me sinus attacks. And I hope you all are able to join me as we continue with this crusade.